From Forbes breaking news, President Biden makes an unscheduled campaign stop at a coffee shop in Scranton, Pennsylvania, because it seems as if he is trying to do his best Trump impression, right? Of course, Big DJT goes to Chick-fil-A. There's a complete media meltdown. Then he shows up at a bodega in Harlem to get, a bacon, egg, and cheese, a cup of coffee, and one loose. And now, Bo Biden is at a coffee shop in Scranton, Pennsylvania, I guess because this is how he thinks. I guess this is better than him just staying in his basement, but let's see what he does.
Can we try to keep this lane clear so we can have a route?
There's like no sound here, yeah.
Yeah, I understand.
Oh!
I'm going to try to get 2 doors.
Look at that, the awful's in full effect.
The awfuls, the affluent white female liberals.
To praise Bo Biden. There's 3 people there. Trump goes to a bodega in Harlem, and there's hundreds of people outside, fencing everywhere. This guy goes to a coffee shop in what I believe is his hometown, and there's 3 old white ladies there with a camera phone. Okay. All right, let me calm down. What are you doing, bro? You used to have such a promising future. Now look at you. So overweight, shaking the hand of President Bo Biden for what? TV crews everywhere for this unscheduled stop, and I guess this is a little bit less offensive than him showing up at the house of a black man, a black family.
So I made sure you guys got your chicken, your orange soda, or Kool-Aid, if that's what you're into. Oh, I'm really sorry that Jill forgot the watermelon and hot sauce. Listen, I absolutely love the blacks, especially when you people vote for me and not Trump.
Quite obviously pandering, but not only did he show up there to a random person's house, but some guy that he gave a whole bunch of money to, well, through student loan forgiveness or whatever, to say, oh, you guys got chicken, but I got a cheeseburger. That's the guy. This is like a meme guy. This is like a soy jack, a Wojak with glasses, flannel. Shout out to I like to wear flannel a lot too. But I'm not nearly as fat or balding as him. I know I wear a hat constantly, but I promise you I'm not bald. But this guy sitting there like, oh, Joe Biden, like Orange Man bad. What is this? Who are you convincing with this? Bro, there's like a half dozen people there, and I get it, it was unscheduled, but how did the news get out of Trump going to the bodega in Harlem, right? Maybe if they had an hour notice and hundreds, if not thousands of people show up, there's a bunch of footage, but they're all, this guy just is shuffling around a coffee shop with some fat guys and the awfuls to tell you that you need to vote for what?
Hi, I'm Abby. Nice to meet you.
Abby, how are you?
Good, how are you?
Tell me about you.
Yes, I went to the University of Scranton. I'm your mountain top. You gotta go. Hey guys, you gotta roll. Thanks everyone. Thanks everyone. Thanks, you gotta go.
There at the door.
Oh, thanks everyone. Thanks. Oh, we gotta go. Can't have any questions, right? The stop is unscheduled, but if we have any unscripted questions, that's going to be a problem. Yeah, there's some cheering. There's no USA chants. There's no Trump, Trump, Trump chants. There's no Biden, Biden, Biden. There's no hats. There's no merch. This guy is just completely despicable. And I'd be willing to bet that all of these people are, okay, I don't know if they're paid off, but it's like, dude, where did you even get this? This is probably somebody who donated to him. So maybe you had to donate to the Biden campaign via text message to get a heads up that he was going to show up at a coffee shop. And because your brain has rotted, is leaking out of your ears by now, and this is a good look for you to be complete. Bro, go to the gym instead. You're hanging out at a coffee shop waiting for Bo Biden to come out when you should be, watching CNN on a treadmill at the gym.
That's a real bad.
Ugh.
The president, you're talking about steel tariffs.
Mr. President,
I'm worried about a trade war. No trade war.
will Ukraine aid get through, Mr. President?
This guy's disgusting. It's impossible to hear what's going on. But it's like, bro, the assumptions that he is just incompetent and Kamala Harris, they're just incompetent and they don't know what's going on. That ship sailed several years ago. They are destroying this country on purpose. And to Bo Biden's credit, he doesn't even know what's going on. There's somebody else, whether it's Kamala, whether it's Obama, whether it's Slick Willie Clinton, who knows, whether it's George Soros, whatever's happening, somebody else is in charge. And I could also, as far as the conspiracies are concerned, say that the protests that are constantly happening in the Bay Area and in New York are organized by another entity to make this guy and his regime move even further to the left, which is crazy. And she's got the Fannie Willis dress on. That's the same one that Fannie was wearing when, you lying. And apparently it was backwards. I don't know. This is a mess. Ugh.
Mr. President, on Ukraine-Israel aid, will it get through?
Ukraine-Israel aid, will it get through? You mean, wait, so, Mr. President, are you going to send more taxpayer dollars to several countries that most people in America couldn't point out on a map? Are you going to do that? Oh, look at that. That is an awful in the flesh right there. I mean, you can't even look at this guy, bro. You can't even look at these people. He's like wearing a skin suit. This is the epitome of a lizard person. And Gavin Newsom, scumbag, greaseball, bang your wife, Governor Gavin Newsom is right behind him. He's just, 50 years younger, but it's the exact same thing. How can you take anything they say? It's very hard to hear them, but you can't take anything they say or do seriously, except for the destruction that they're doing on purpose. That much you could take seriously. But then they'll tell you, well, that's Trump's fault. What? Yeah, look, there's just no way. And I've said this several times now. Of course, this 2024 election is only going to boil down to whether voting is real or not. You got maybe 24 people out here to see Bo Biden at a coffee shop in Scranton in his hometown, while hundreds of people show up at a bodega in Harlem to just get a glimpse of Donald Trump. here in sharp contrast to Bo Jiden shuffling around a coffee shop in Scranton, you've got Big DJT, the orange man himself, at a bodega in Harlem. And I'm sure everybody saw this, but we didn't know Bo Jiden was going to go to a coffee shop. I mean, he didn't know he was going to go to a coffee shop. But since he did, we really have no choice but to look at these. And this is only 1 minute long, so this obviously isn't the full clip. But just get a glimpse of the contrast between the handful of awfuls that want to shake Bo Jiden's hand and the overweight meme incels walking around the coffee shop versus all the people, you know, behind the fencing just to get a glimpse of Trump outside of the bodega.
USA! USA!
In New York. This is not Texas. This is not Carolina or Kansas or Arizona. Well, Arizona's completely corrupt. That's a different story. But this is New York. This is Harlem. Like, this isn't even Staten Island. This isn't the quote-unquote conservative region of New York. But it's so corrupt, and everybody sees it. That's why I say this will only boil down to whether or not voting is actually real.
Good, everything good?
Look at that. And the Secret Service trying to get in between each handshake and stuff. They're chanting 4 more years. They're chanting USA. There's a MAGA hat in the crowd in Harlem. And when you go to Biden's, coffee shop walkthrough, there's not one piece of merch. There's not one chant. It's just a whole bunch of old people who I guess have been so brainwashed into believing that it is their duty to, pay more in taxes and sacrifice all of your luxuries to give to countries across the world and for migrants so they can come to our house. Migrants. The illegal criminals can show up at our house and cook for us.
It's a delight, and it's really fun having them. What I realized is there's so much prejudice against refugees, mostly because people don't know them.
Lisa says she feels like she has her own personal chef, as Wildande loves cooking.
The awfuls, the affluent white female liberals,